This is Plastic Adventures.
Hey, hey everybody, it is Steve with the PATC, and I am joined with Doug. And on today's episode of Toy Mill slash Plastic Bits, because we didn't have enough stuff to share and didn't have enough news and rumors, we're going to condense it into one high protein show. So Doug, there's been not much happening the last couple of weeks after all the flash announcements with the toys and all that cool stuff. So anything happening out there that kind of caught your attention?
Well, news lately has been centered around Power Rangers because of the Netflix series or the Netflix show that came out. So a lot of the stuff that's been on the toy news coming out of Hasbro and things like that have been Power Rangers centric, which for you and I, we're kind of, we don't really care.
Yeah, so do you know what this show is? I've seen it's like
I have
it's
no
like
idea what it is.
yeah, they abducted the WWE's then, now, and forever slogan. It's like Power Rangers still around and still some old. I don't know.
I have no idea. Power Rangers really doesn't interest me. I mean, I'm glad it's out there. I'm glad it interests some people and it gets them collecting toys, which is really cool. It's just not in our wheelhouse, so it's not something that I really focus on.
No, boatloads of respect though, because it seems
Yeah.
to be every bit as evergreen as Transformers or Turtles or
Oh
all
yeah,
those.
absolutely. It's like, it's like Pokemon or things like that are after what we were collecting, but still good. I mean, it is good for collectors. So yeah, I mean, just because it's not our cup of tea doesn't mean it's not good. So
Yeah, so yeah, a lot of that going on. Like Hasbro had a big Power Rangers day and all of that business.
yeah.
I mean, there's been some Indiana Jones figures reveals that are kind of cool.
There has been. So I think they showed some more of the 6-inch line. And the next wave of the retro ones that showed like Short
Yeah.
Round and Indy without his shirt on, and some of these other ones I think that they never really got a chance to do, so they're doing them now. I don't know.
Yeah.
I
So
still haven't found a freaking Indiana Jones in the store yet, so I'm hoping I'll find one.
I'm keeping my eyeballs peeled. I have one that's in my pile of loot with BBTS. If you don't find a retro indie, then that one's yours because I found one on the shelf and it's back there on the wall. But
Right on.
I got to say something about the Indiana Jones 6-inch reveals. Short Round, hell yes, awesome looking figure. Really excited about it. But one of the most heartwarming moments of Temple of Doom is when Short Round burns Indy and it snaps him out of that like zombie state, and he hugs Short Round, and I mean it's like a tearjerker. But really, they showed the figures posed with that hug, and I'm just kind of wondering, in today's current social climate, if a shirtless, sweaty man hugging a child like that wasn't just like fodder.
Don't just show that picture out of context, Hasbro.
But they got the really cool Indiana Jones with the idol.
Yeah.
I'm hoping he's got some like hand rubbing, like rubbing fingers, extra hands.
Sandbag moving feature.
What had me super excited though was the Indy from the new movie.
Oh, from the Dial of Destiny?
Yeah, he's got a flashlight and a backpack full of stuff. It reminds me of like one of the only good parts of Crystal Skull when Shia LaBeouf's like, "You're a teacher? Part-time." Yeah, that was cool as hell.
Yeah.
So,
but in other news, there were some pretty cool things I did that did catch my eye. So one of them is the wave 4 of the Masters of the Universe Origins, which contained Triclops, Stratos, Hordak, and Ninjor, was one of those waves that kind of got lost in distribution during the pandemic, during that whole fiasco of shipping problems, right? So a lot of people didn't get a chance to get that wave, and Mattel has been one with the fans lately because they've just been knocking it out of the park with everything. Decided that they're going to reissue wave 4. So that's what we've been seeing around. So I get a chance to pick up Triclops and Ninjor this time, hopefully. But if you didn't get a chance to get those other ones, now would be a good opportunity when they start showing up.
yeah, and they haven't really clarified where this is going to come from, but I have a sneaking suspicion this is going to be another one of these Target things where they put like the 40th anniversary sticker on it, and you get your shot at these hard to come by figures. So
Yeah, whether it has a new for 21 or whether it has a 40th anniversary sticker on it doesn't really matter to me. Just
No,
as
not
long
at
as
all.
I get it on the card in the collection, and that's it. So
Yeah, that's super good news. I am so excited for everybody that does not have to go and pay scalper ass prices to get it now.
yeah,
Uh,
and that's the
yeah,
big one,
so
especially for that darn Triclops, man. I don't know why, but that one just seems to be an arm and a leg.
and then
But
some, yeah.
in not MOTU news, NECA announced today that they're doing some more Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle-esque type of figures. So they said that there's an Ultimate Zog, which is one of the Triceratons.
Yeah.
And actually, that one looks pretty good. That he's big and beefy, looks fully posable, looks like his mouth can open and close. So that's a good one. They announced Man Ray. Remember Man Ray? Yeah. He looks very cartoony. His face, I don't think they can get away from that. But this also looks like it's the cartoon version of the NECA, like Usagi Yojimbo was, and some of
Yeah.
the
So,
turtles. This
so
one
are
looks
these
more
different from the
cartoonesque.
Holothon figures? Are they different from some of the ones that have been released out there?
It is. It's more following the Archie Comics version of them.
Oh, yeah. Okay. Okay.
So, but he still looks really good. I mean, it looks like those 3-dimensional / 2-dimensional kind of figures where their highlights are in black lines. So when you're looking at it, it looks kind of 2-dimensional, but you know it's 3-dimensional.
So I would really like to see a Casey Jones in business suit for an interview figure. You remember that episode? He was trying to infiltrate Octopus Inc. And he comes in and he's got this like suit on and he's interviewing and he's got his hockey mask.
Well, speaking of Casey Jones, he is one of the ones that has been released in the Universal Monsters collection. So the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles had their own, like, I can't remember which one is which. One of them is the Mummy, one of them is Frankenstein. But Casey is now Phantom of the Opera, of course, right? Because he's got the mask. So
yeah.
I'm not really into these Universal crossover kind of characters, but I can see the appeal of these. He actually does look pretty cool. He does have like the business suit attire that you were talking about, but he looks like he has an alternate head that's also kind of like a little grotesque a little bit. So but yeah, that was the only news. Like I said, it was mostly Power Rangers centric, which they've released a lot of stuff for Power Rangers. They got, I mean, there's a whole bunch of 6-inch action figures that are coming through, which are on the par with like the Black Series and G.I. Joe Classified. So, I mean, they're not like stupid little action figures. They're actually really good.
Yeah, I think Hasbro's handled the property really well since they picked it up.
Yeah, and, you know, and if I was into Power Rangers, these would be the ones that I would want to collect.
Yeah, I haven't cared for some of the crossovers like the Power Rangers and Street Fighter or Power Ranger Ninja Turtle, but you know, you got to give credit where credit's due. They're doing a pretty bang up job with it.
Well, there is one release that they talked about that I was kind of interested in, which is the crossover, which is the Power Rangers Cobra Kai crossover. They've been doing Cobra Kai in a lot of these different crossovers, but this one actually looked pretty interesting because it had Johnny in like a black full Cobra Kai gi with like this ninja mask that he could wear. It actually looked pretty cool. But then again, you know, there's other things to spend my money on besides that.
Yeah, that might just be one of these things where you see it, you admire it, but you leave it for somebody else. Yeah.
Yeah, you let it go for somebody who really wants it.
Well, I did see one little piece of news that interested me now that I think about it. Very niche, but my brother is a huge Munsters fan. My older brother, Jesse. And NECA's doing Munsters. And we don't even need to go into any further detail. If NECA's handling it and it's a movie character, it's going to totally kick butt.
Yeah, it's
no matter what. And
I think, how are they going to represent Thing? Like, is he going to just be a box, like a box with a little hand? Like,
Well, that'll be your $29.99 deluxe figure.
yeah,
If you're
multiple
lucky,
hand.
you get a couple of different expressions. You get like thing, and then you get like have a nice day. That's thing's other cousin, GFYS, and I'll let you figure out what that
You're gonna get a
acronym
box
means.
full of like 27 different hands that are just in different poses.
Hey, you never know.
You never know. But anyway, yeah, that's pretty cool. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, so I guess that's it for Toy Mill. If we
Yeah.
released it in its entirety, it'd be 6 or 7 minutes and probably get 1,000 times more views than our regular shows. So let's not get too far ahead of ourselves and increase our views and popularity with the algorithm. Let's go ahead and you want to do plastic bits sharing time?
Yeah, let's jump right into plastic bits.
Great.
wanna go
Do you
first,
want
or
me
do you want-
to you want me to share what Doug got that Steve found?
Yeah. What did
Okay.
Steve find for Doug?
Well, this is actually kind of exciting because there haven't been a lot of sightings of these yet in North America, and I happened to come across them.
Ooh. So it's got yak face Falcon and young version of Outback.
Yeah. So Falcon and Outback, I think they come packed in a case with Crimson Bat. And of all places, they were found at a GameStop in Burlington, Burlington, Washington. I went in there and they actually had some of the next wave of the Transformers figures in there.
Which ones?
Skyquake and some of those other ones.
Man,
So
how does that GameStop get them? And ours are just like sitting bare bones with like just a crap ton of Funko and nothing else.
Well, I was talking to the fella that was behind the counter, and I prefaced the conversation with "How dare you?" And that's how we got into it. Like, how dare you get this? And Docking Bay 93 doesn't have it yet, and we haven't seen this on the shelf at our Target. Obviously the distribution comes out of Seattle for the stores that get fed in this area and probably over into the Tri-Cities. I guess our GameStop, since it's considered like a remote GameStop, in that, the nearest one's probably all the way up in Bellingham, and then you go all the way down to Everett to get to them. So sometimes they do get some pretty cool stuff there. They don't stock a lot, they only get like one case in, so they don't have a whole shelf that's full of, some kind of shelf clogging Tiger Force figures that Target released. Strangely enough, my Walmart's actually got Storm Shadow and Spirit left. I don't know how that happened, but
really,
yeah. So that was a really cool find. In looking at the figure, I haven't opened your box because that's ground I dare not tread on. I want to say that probably the major issue with Falcon with the paint apps are that his like ghastly purple lips.
Yeah. Well, his face sculpt like has his jaw like really square looking, and like you look at the figure or you look at the cartoon and you look at how he was represented in the original figure, he didn't have that square jaw. His face was nice and angular, so or kind of skinny. He didn't have the big square jaw thing going on.
I think it's that, and for some reason on some of these figures, they always go heavy on the guy liner. The eyelashes, they get really dark, so it looked weird, but I really think that if you were to take a little bit of nail polish remover on a Q-tip, you could take his lipstick off and probably improve the figure top to bottom.
Yeah, he kind of looks like he's like what's when you get too cold outside, you get too cold and your lips start turning purple.
I'm hypothermic, see? Yeah, you're not gonna get me, Kappa. Yeah.
That's kind of what he looks like. Oh my gosh. Yeah. It's still a cool look. I mean, Falcon is a great figure because he's that classic Green Beret look. I mean, he's a figure that I know a lot of people have been looking for, so I can understand why they would be a little bit upset with the face sculpt and the face paint. I can understand that.
Yeah, I think it can be fixed. I don't think it has to do with the sculpt. I think it's just the paint apps on there. And a lot of the pictures have been in unflattering light, but if he's got that those hypothermic lips, you get rid of that. And if you're really creative, you can take some of the guy liner off with
That's not a bad idea. That's not a bad idea. I'm gonna have to try that. I'll let you know how
$1.25 readers from the $1.25 store. Lets you get in there real close, but those are really cool. I was happy to find them. I knew it'd be something that you'd be looking for.
Absolutely.
You got anything on your side over there?
I have three things. So another one that you found actually, which I didn't get to show off before. So you found this in Target up in your area, and the good news about this one I posted on my Instagram page was that these are you found it half price on shelf. So this was a surprise. I was not expecting these to hit shelves. I thought they were just going to be like exclusive to the release, but here they are for $25, and they're wonderful. There's great looking figures. I love them. Even the weird looking dungeon master with his, you're used to seeing him 2 dimensions, right? So when you hold him up and you see him in 3 dimensions, you go, oh, that's what his head looks like. Yeah, but yeah, so this one was pretty good. I like it. All I need now is the next wave of the Eric and Sheila and Presto, and that'll be good.
Yeah, for whatever reason, my Targets wasn't clearing out the Joes or anything, because I might buy a Tiger Force Duke if it's half of $49.99 or whatever it is.
There you go. Yeah,
I might, but yeah, those, they've just warmed my shelves, and in other places they couldn't keep Dungeons and Dragons figures on the shelf. So
yeah, they can't here, like they're always gone. So I didn't even know that these were coming to shelves, and let alone let them be half price. So that was another one that I was super happy to get from you. It was good looking out. Not down here, I don't think we would have ever seen that.
Okay. What else you got
So
over
next
there,
one
dude?
I found was a half price one for mine that I've been looking for a while.
All right. Oh, what?
Yeah.
Where did you get that?
An eBay hit for $16.
What?
Yeah, they said the box was damaged. And so I'm looking at it, and there's like a small crack like right here. So they're like half off. Yeah, get it right there.
These glasses aren't
But
working.
other than that, I mean, like, yeah, so $16 for New Eternity of Zodak. Sign me up. So I took advantage of that one right away.
That is sweet, man. That's one of the best figures they've done so far, aside
like
from
that
all
one.
of the
So,
other best figures.
So I store my figures in the box, but I take them out and play with them. So the cool thing about him is that his like shoulder pads, they're removable. So you can just take them right off. His gun holster is removable, so you can get him to look like the classic Zodak. But he also comes with these like this staff they can break apart into 2 parts, and you can store them on his back.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. So he's a really cool looking figure. I was really impressed with him, especially with the price. So
yeah, that's a terrific grab for $16.
Yeah, absolutely. And the other one was the pre-order that I had on that I didn't want to make sure that I missed. And actually, now that I have her in hand, I'm really fairly impressed with CoverGirl.
Is the figure okay? Once you get her out, I mean, are the paint apps and everything okay?
Yeah, she looks just fine. I mean, is she different from the reveal, from the digital render reveal? Yeah, she is. Is it bad? No, it's not. It's not at all. So I'm absolutely happy with this. I think the only thing that I would say that would have been a good addition to this was giving her a removable hair, so you can take off her red hair and maybe add the blonde. Because there were 2 versions of CoverGirl. Remember, she was blonde in the cartoon.
The cartoons, yeah, in the cartoon she was blonde, and then in the toy she was a redhead. But it almost looked like Scarlet, but with a badass leather jacket. And
totally, yeah. That. So and CoverGirl is probably my favorite female GI Joe on the team. Just
hands down, one of my favorite GI Joe designs of all of them.
Yeah, so she's actually really good. She comes with a shotgun. She comes with like an iPad remote for the Wolverine, and she also has the best pistol, I think, of all GI Joe classified.
Oh yeah, the slide is silver.
Yeah, it looks really good too. So I'm very happy with that figure. I don't know why some people were mad about it. Just because it was slightly different than the reveal, it was really good. I mean, she's not Lieutenant Falcon, so let's just put it that way.
Yeah.
That's all I got. That was all the cool stuff.
Great.
I think I showed off most of my other cool stuff in the previous one that we did. So
okay. Well, okay, I'll tell you what. I'll run this down in a couple of different segments really quickly here. Starting with the one that you saw that I picked up when I was down the last time. Uh, I had recently rewatched this anime and was like, man, I really want one of those figures. And then I went onto eBay. I'd seen this multiple times at Xenophile, and I was like, well, I'll just pass on it. I want it, but I'll pass. It's a little much. And when I looked at the eBay price, I was like, the F? Oh, that's a very good deal.
Yeah.
So this is the Vampire Hunter D Bloodlust figure. It's about the only 6-inch version of D that exists
Wow.
in action figure form. The rest of them are like premium 12-inch figures.
And it
It's
looks
a
like you
20
cleaned
some
up
odd.
the box a little bit from last time I saw it.
Yeah, I did. It was a little bit dusty. I couldn't
Yeah.
take it out. I wanted to take the figure out of the box and, play with this cool sword and everything, but I can't.
Not for how much it's
like
worth now.
$170 when it's in the package. I can't take it out and let him breathe. I'm sorry, D, but you're in there forever. Maybe
Sorry,
your
man.
sentient hand will help you out of there. I don't know.
But he does look beautiful. It's a cool looking
Yeah.
figure.
Terrific figure. I was happy to have it. And Layla, the accompanying figure from the set, she's really gettable for like $30. So I don't know if I'm gonna buy her or not. But the other thing I wanted to show was something I found while I was in the Tri-Cities, which is really, really good news because it means it's getting out there. And we saw them at Target and Walmart, and that was the reissue Turtles. Finally they're starting to get back into the store. So we got Rocksteady. I got Bebop with the strange paint apps. Doesn't
He
matter.
does look a little different, but he still looks good.
Yeah. And
I picked up the Shredder when we were at that store.
Yeah. And the one everybody seems to have a real hard time finding.
Oh,
Foot Soldier.
nice.
I found this over at Target in Richland over there. I was so excited with myself, I immediately took to the Facebook site and posted this picture. And effing Bryson had already found it over in Walmart an hour earlier in Kennewick.
Bryson.
I know. God, he's always stealing my freaking thunder,
He keeps
dude.
scooping you.
I work next to a Target. I could throw a stick and hit a target. And I could be there at 8 a.m. and somehow Bryson's already got that cool new thing nobody has from Target. I don't get it.
We love you, Bryson. We do. But
At
darn
any
it.
rate, yeah, whatever. I did get a couple of cool things at the Skagit County yard sale.
Oh, yeah. You talked about that.
Yeah, a couple of times a year. I live in the Mount Vernon, Burlington area. I live in Cedro because it's the least expensive of the three. Tri-Cities house selling money don't go far on the west side. So a couple times a year it happens, and there's one guy I always go to that I always get good deals from, and then there's one guy who has the same stuff every time because on eBay it's this much. You're in the Skagit County yard sale, brother. You ain't selling no Technodrome with figures for like $700 here.
And you want that stuff to move, man. That's why you're there, right?
Yeah, the guy's a
Price it
total
to sell.
jabroni, but that's okay. So from my favorite vendor,
Oh, I can hear the theme song already.
yeah, this was like $2.
Nice. Is it a pullback?
It was.
It was.
Yeah.
No more.
Oh, still is.
Oh, look at that.
Hear it?
Yeah.
Still is a pullback. Okay, that's
Nice.
news to me. I'd been wanting this for a long time.
Oh, yeah.
This is the Toy Biz Punisher with cap firing, action, full weapon. I have the full weapon arsenal where they took the caps away and put him in the vinyl trench coat.
But it's not the transforming gun with the cannon for a pee-pee.
I don't need the Penisher. This one is fine. The card's beat to hell. $6 is what I paid for this.
Hey, good price.
Yeah. So that was really exciting. And the other one that I was really happy to find was this.
No.
This is a knockoff GoBots tank.
Yeah.
You want to take a guess at my price on this one?
Oh, well, okay. Okay. I know what I could probably get for it, but what did you pay for it?
$10.
Oh, I was gonna say 15. Okay.
Yeah. $10. Good deal. I was happy to find one.
Nice.
While we're running the time down, a pre-order came in I was very happy about.
Oh.
This is Jedi Luke from the best scene out of Mandalorian so far. which was a non-Mandalorian doing something badass. Luke coming in and just totally smoking all of the
That's a good
all those
looking
Death
figure.
Troopers. You getting that face okay?
Oh yeah, yeah.
It's a pretty good face sculpt. I'm extremely happy with the figure.
What does the body look like? Can the cloak slide off?
Yeah.
Okay, so he's got his slightly different color vest.
Traditional Luke. I mean, it's all
Yeah.
black, but like the vest is a more matte finish. So very, very
Nice.
cool figure. I was extremely happy to find that. He's got like this really somber, I know I'm a badass now face.
Yep.
So
Looks good.
that's
Looks
great.
really
That was
good.
even an upgrade over the indoor Jedi Luke that I bought because I didn't have a Black Series Luke.
That's the one I have, the Indoor Series one.
Yeah. And last but not least, here's one I was actually super excited for. I pre-ordered it and then found it at Target today. This is the WCW Hulk Hogan heel turn Bash at the Beach outfit when Hulk decided he was going to turn on Macho Man Randy Savage and drop the leg, and he went NWO. So I know that this isn't really a wrestling figure podcast, and there's plenty of wrestling figure guys, but I was just so happy to get this. I'm such a sucker.
There's
man.
always room for Hulkamania on our podcast. Come on.
I buy almost every new Mattel Hulk Hogan, even the ones where they like barely change the face sculpt. So I'm a total sucker for it. But
He looks good.
yeah, that was surprisingly a lot of stuff in the last couple of weeks. I normally go real radio silent for a while, and then some super awesome stuff comes. I'm probably not going to find any cool stuff until middle of next month when we go up to the Inland Northwest there in
I'm
Spokane.
looking forward to that. I'm really looking forward to that. Hopefully Tony can join us.
That jabroni, he's
Oh,
going to Las Vegas to go on
that's right.
some rock and roll show with his
Whatever.
wife.
If he
Deftones
wants to do that,
and
I
all
guess if he thinks that's more important, but whatever.
that.
Whatever.
Why would you go have a once in a lifetime experience when you can go and get crammed into a room with a bunch of sweaty guys that smell like basement pee
Come on.
selling toys?
That's no contest. No contest.
Not at all. And then it's 5 hours in the car round trip with you and me. Who doesn't want that?
Telling fart and dick jokes? Come on, it's gonna be great.
And you'd think that you could reach an upper end limit of fart and dick jokes, but apparently I have not met my limitations yet. So
Not yet. We're not there.
yeah.
But I
And
would like to point out, so if everybody can look at the bottom of the screen on Steve's screen, you can see a little tiny box that's not so tiny. And that's one of the things that I rarely ever get to contribute to Steve's collection. He contributes more to mine, but I got to contribute that to Steve, and I'm pretty happy with that. And I just love how that box looks.
So, yeah. This is what friends do for each other when they collect toys, aside from mutually enable each other and lie to each other's wives. So this was a big one. It was kind of wedged. I wasn't sure if I'd be able to get it out, but
I love it.
Doug ended up getting this Return of the Jedi AT-AT walker, and he knew that I'm just a sucker for it, so he gifted me the box. This was a huge get for me. It triggered a whole rearranging of my retail toy wall. And honestly, because I put that up there, I no longer had room for Ghostbusters or Air Raiders.
Well, it's a good trade, I think, because that's a beautiful box.
There we go.
There we go. I like I said, I rarely get a chance to actually contribute to Steve's collection, so when I can, I'm very proud of it.
That's incredibly meaningful. I was just afraid that it's real tight. I didn't want to unwedge it, but that came just fine. So I really appreciated that. And I'm going to be honest, like the whole purpose for this behind me here is to get that feeling back of when you walk into the toy store. Same thing with what's behind you right there, Doug.
Yep.
And I walk by this room when I'm heading downstairs or I'm coming up to take a shower or because Jeopardy's on. And I peek in the room. I turn the light on, the dimmer, not too bright, because I don't want anybody to know that this is cooler than Jeopardy.
It is cooler than Jeopardy.
And Am I
the only weirdo that, like, before it's time to go to bed, like I walk in here and just kind of look around real quick before it's bedtime, and I'm happy. Now I can go to bed.
Sometimes, man, I always take every opportunity to look in here, and that's what the hobby's all about. So happy that we have that. Oh, less
Absolutely.
than a minute.
Yeah, I was
Where
gonna say
can we
that's a
find
good
you?
note to end on. So we'll just go ahead and end it here. Thanks for joining us tonight. Please come to the Facebook group. Please come to my Instagram page, and we'll see you guys in the aisle.